amici e ben ritrovati qui su Ad Maiora per la nostra nuova lezione di italiano. So, hi everybody, welcome back here on my channel Ad Maiora, and we are here for a new Italian class, for new Italian lessons. So, first of all, thank you very much because your support for my first three classes, first three lessons has been great, and it gives me more energy, positive energy, and also the opportunity to prepare more and more lessons for you. So today, as promised, we're going to talk about numbers. I know it could be well, a quite basic topic, but actually it isn't if we consider the way we actually form numbers, and also a few phonetic and pronunciation rules, which are always very, very useful. You know, because I have emphasized, pronunciation rules and sounds, etc., also in my first lessons, because I consider that very important from the very beginning. Then we'll have also lessons concerning just phonetic things, issues, and pronunciation and everything. But if you already know, and if you're already familiar with some sounds, it will be very easier for you then to face, okay, the whole, we can say context of a phonetic class or phonetic tab. So let's start using numbers also in order to talk about pronunciation then. Probably you will know the first numbers. Pay attention not to confuse them with Spanish numbers. This is a very common mistake. I always repeat that, okay? For no native speakers, it's a very important thing to remember. Don't ever make confusion between Spanish words and Italian words. They may be similar, sometimes pronunciation is different, and spelling and everything actually. So, I numeri, numbers, numeri. This is the plural, okay? The singular form is numero, okay? With an O sound here. Un numero, many, okay? So molti numeri, plurale. Let's start from the very beginning. So uno. Sometimes you find un, and I can often see that mistake. You use uno and un without proper difference, but there is a huge difference, because un without the final O is not a cardinal number, okay? It's not a number, it is an article, okay? So it's like a car, a friend, okay? Un amico, una macchina, okay? That is an article. In this case, this is a cardinal number with the final O. Uno. Then two, due, three, tre. Here we can practice, okay, we can exercise our R sound, okay, which is always quite strong in Italian, tre. You have to feel that your tongue is moving, is rolling, okay, is vibrating, we can say behind your front teeth. So tre. As for the pronunciation here, we can say that there are two different ways to pronounce that in Italy. One is correct and the other is incorrect, but it is very used. Someone says tre, and that's the correct one. Some other people would say tre with an open e at the end of the word. It happens especially in the north of Italy, where I live, so I would usually say tre, okay, even if I've got a very plain and almost correct, okay, pronunciation, generally talking. In this case, I would rather say tre. This is quite common. It's not a mistake, okay, it's well, we can say it's accepted in Italy. No one would just be surprised, okay, because you say tre and then you don't say tre, but the correct pronunciation should be with a closed final e, okay, tre. Then 4, quattro, quattro. Okay, this number here gives us the opportunity to talk about a few sounds. So the first one is the Q sound, okay? The Q is always connected with a U, okay, in Italian, and it is pronounced like this. I've written over here, okay, QU. It is Q, Q, quattro, Q. Q. It's not Q, okay, as it is in English. It's not, the U is not silent as it is in Spanish, for example, most of the times. It is just pronounced the way it is. You can imagine that instead of a Q, you just have a K here, okay, Q. Quindi Q, A. And then you have a double T. We have talked about double T's a lot, okay, in my previous videos, so you will remember about them for sure. You remember that T, the T sound, it's not T in Italian, it is T, okay? It's not T, it is T. And if we have a double consonant, we have to make the sound longer, almost twice as long as we can say an only consonant, okay, a single consonant. In this case, it is quattro, quattro, quattro. So I close my mouth to say Q, then I open it to say A, qua, and then I stay there for a moment to say T, okay, quattro. And remember not to say quattro, okay, with a very English R, okay, but I had to say quattro, okay, considering this R that has to be very, very, very strong. Now, obviously, I am emphasizing pronunciation now in order to let you understand which the points, the most important points are. Normally, we don't speak like this. I would say quattro, okay? Then, 5, cinque. Cinque, it's not cinque, it's not cinque, okay? This is probably also influenced by Spanish. No, C and I are pronounced ch. We already talked about this too, if you remember. We talked about this consonant here, and the same rule goes for the G. Okay, that's exactly the same rule. So the C, okay, has got two possible sounds, two possible pronunciations. So the first one, if you find a C normally in a word, you will pronounce it k, k, okay? It's like a K sound. But if the C is followed by just two vowels, and these two vowels in Italian are I, E, or E. The English spelling should be I and E, okay? Then the sound of the C of the consonant changes. It's not K anymore, it is Ch. Chi in the first case, Che in the second case. This is obviously how I write it down with the phonetic alphabet, international phonetic alphabet. Okay, obviously in this case I won't say cinque, okay? I would say ch, cinque. I would not say cinque or cinque, okay? Ch, cinque. Then Q and U again, so Q, cinque, and the final E, okay? That is always pronounced in Italian. Number six, we talked about that in my previous lesson when we talked about the verb to be. Because we said that the verb to be is I am, you are, so io sono, tu sei, and that sei is exactly the same as the number 6. So obviously we have to pay attention and consider the context. They were obviously very different contexts. Then number 7, another double T. It's very frequent in Italian. So sette. Can you hear that I stay there for a moment? Again, same sound, otto, otto. Number 8, otto. The first O is open and the second one is closed. Otto. It's not otto, it's not otto, it's otto. Then number 9, nove, nove. Again, the E at the end of the word has to be pronounced. And dieci or dieci, okay, it's 10, okay, dieci. Then we start with the numbers after 10. We can, we have to create them in a few different ways, and we have to pay attention because we can maybe eliminate one vowel or one consonant, so pay attention now. You have obviously to learn them by heart, but anyway, we'll try to find also some similarities. The first one, 11, is undici, undici, undici. So you may notice that the first two letters are like uno, without O in this case. Un, it's not unodici, it's un, okay? And dici, we will find it, okay, in other numbers. It's like the suffix that indicates that the number is after 10. Okay, it's similar to the word dieci, but there is no E. Okay, it's not dieci, it's dici. It's dici. There is no E here between the I and ci. Okay, so undici, undici, undici. I repeat the dici, okay, the final dici, in the second case. So 12 is dodici, dodici, okay, do is the shortened form for due, dodici. Tredici, tredici, okay, this is exactly number 3, okay, and again dici. It's not dieci, it's dici, tredici, tredici. Now, pay attention here because it could provoke a few mistakes. So 14 is obviously 4 and dici again. So it should be quattro and dici. But it's not quattro dici. You have to move the R of quattro after the O. It's not quattro, it's quattor. It's quattor. Quattor. Okay? So it's not quattro. You have to put this R, to take this R here and move it at the end of quattro. Okay? You just shift it. So it's quattordici. Quattordici. It's not quattrodici. Okay? It is quattordici. Be very careful here because it's tricky. Then quindici, quindici, quin is cinque, okay, it is also contracted, here it's shortened, and dici is always the same. Sedici, sedici, 16, obviously. In this case, you skip the E, it's not sedici, it's sedici. You don't have the E of sei here, okay? You just have S, S-E, okay? Or if you say it in English, S-E, but you don't have the final vowel. Sedici. Now, starting from 17, so starting from 17, sorry, we change the structure of the numbers. We don't have dici at the end anymore. We have something at the beginning of the word that tells us that we are talking of numbers after 10. And that something is dicia. Dicia. It's also derived from dieci, obviously. Dicia. D-I-C-I-A if you spell it in Italian. If you spell it in English, it's D-I-C-I-A. Dicia. 17, so dice, and then you put the sette, so you put the unit here. But pay attention here, you have to double the consonant S in this case, so it's not 17, it's 17. 17. Double S, double T. Double T, you already had double T in sette. You also created double S before. 8 becomes 18, which is 18. What do you notice here? 8 is 8, it doesn't change, but there is something different from the number above, from 17, and the difference is that you have no A here, or no A, if you say that in English. It's just D-E-C-E, or in English, D-I-C-I. Okay, there is no A, or in English, nor A before 8. 18, 18, 17, 18. 19. The A comes back, and so we've got it here. Dicia, again, as in 17, now it's 19. What do you notice? Again, we have dicia and we have a double consonant. 17 was double S, 19 it's a double N, obviously, because 9 starts with an N. 19. And 20, which is 20. 20. Now, in this case, the pronunciation can be more important. Also, in this case, as for tre, or tre, the pronunciation could be different. Some people say 20, some other people say 20. Now, the correct pronunciation is 20. In this case, it's more important that you pronounce it in the correct way, because there is another word that means something completely different, has nothing to do with numbers, which is 20 with an open e, 20, which is the plural of the word wind. Wind, the air that blows outside, okay? Winds, okay, is 20 with open e. So, if you want to say, no, I'm not talking about weather, I'm talking about numbers now, so I'm saying 20, and so I'm saying 20 with a closed e. Okay, this is it. Now we start, okay, going on with units. Now the mechanism is obviously always the same as in every language, okay, for numbers after 20, after 30, after 40, after 50, after 60. So you have to learn how to create that, and then you can repeat it for any decade. So first one, okay, 21. You take the word 20, okay, take the word 20, and you just add the unit uno. We have two vowels there, and so the first vowel goes away. It's not 21, it is 21. It is 21. Well, a long time ago, but it's very old-fashioned, it's not used anymore, they used to put an apostrophe there to emphasize the fact that the E wasn't there anymore. Now we don't have to put that, or better, we mustn't put that anymore, but anyway, that's just to give you the idea that the vowel went away. For the rest of them it's easier, you just write 20, so you just write 20, and then the unit. It's easy, very easy, same mechanism we've got in English. So 22, 22, 23. Here you have to be careful because you have an accent. You see that accent here? It's just to emphasize that the accent is at the end of the word. It's not 23, it's 23, 23. And so you have the accent on the final vowel. When you have an accent on a final vowel in Italian, you write it down. Okay, so it's 23 with the accent. Or better, 23. Okay, 23 with a closed E if you want. Then 24, again 20 and the unit 4. This is quite easy, you just have to put them together. 25, 20 plus 5, 26, 20 plus 6 plus 6, 26, 26, 27, 27. Okay, then I will move away and I'll let you see the whiteboard, okay, all together, so you can eventually make a screenshot or whatever you want to do. Okay, then 28. 28. What do you notice here? You already know the rule here. It's exactly the same situation as in 21, in 21. We should have put two vowels here, okay, 28. So the first vowel goes away and it is 28, with no E. 28, it's like 21, exactly the same rule. 29, 29, 30, 30. And then you start again. 31, 32, 33, it's 31. Again, it's not 31, it's 31. It's just here. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 40, 40. Again, the Q sound. Q, 40. And again, 41, it's not 41, always the same rule, two vowels, the first one goes away, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 50. And again, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 60. Okay? 61, 62, and so on, and so on. I won't tell all of them, don't worry. Okay, until 70, 70, 70, 70, okay, double T, exactly the same as in 7, 80, 80, 90, 90, 100, 100 is 100, 100 or 100, okay? Then when you add the other numbers, you just do the same way as we did before here. So it's 100, 100, 103. You just put the other numbers exactly after 100. It's very easy, it's very elementary, okay? 1000, okay, 1000, 1000. Mille. We already know this word. You remember when we say grazie and we want to emphasize, say many thanks, say grazie mille, okay, thanks a lot, it should be, grazie mille. So it's 1,000 times, basically, I'm thanking you 1,000 times, that's why. And again, 1001, 1002, and I add the other numbers. 1 million, it's un milione, one L, in Italian, okay? Pay attention, this is a false friend, or better, no, it's not a false friend because it means 1 million actually, but the spelling is different, so it's always, it causes and it provokes a lot of mistakes. And billion, okay, un miliardo, okay, we can start with huge numbers here. All right. So you can use numbers now, you just have to practice the pronunciation and obviously start to remember them. Do you remember that in our last lessons, so it was lesson number 3, we talked about a few verbs, the verbs to be, the verbs to have, and the first conjugation of the regular verbs. And using the verb to have, we said that in Italian we must use the verb to have to express our age. Okay, we will not use the verb to be as we do in English. When I say I am 37 years old, okay, it's a structure we find in English, we find in German, we find in many other languages. In Italian we use a different structure. We say I own my ears, okay? I have the number years. Well, now you can say the numbers and you can say your age. You want to say I am 54, you would say io ho 54. Well, 50 is 50, 4 is 4, io ho, I have. Okay, if you don't remember the verb to be, go back to my previous lesson. Io ho 54 anni, years. Io ho 17 anni. It's not I am, it is I have in this case. So, io ho, well, it was 17, okay, 17 anni, okay. Let me go away for a moment, okay, so you can see our numbers all together, and you can eventually take a screenshot or whatever, so you can see all of them together, okay? Well, I hope it helped, not just in order to know numbers, but also to know something more about pronunciation, and it is important to learn something, to learn the sound, to learn something by heart, but it is also important sometimes to learn rules, okay, that we use to create words, because then we can remember it more easily. Now, thank you so much again. If you have questions, I'm here. If you have requests, I'm here. If you have anything to tell me, I'm here again. So you just leave me a comment in the box below. If you like the video, please, you remember how we say in Italian? Pollice su. Thumbs up, okay? So leave me a like, please, so I know that your feedback is positive. And please share the video or the course if you think that someone is interested in learning Italian. Thank you so very much for your positive feedback, and see you again very soon here with my Italian classes. So, ci vediamo molto presto. Grazie, ciao!